Episode 3
of the Salty Souls podcast. This is Iain, your host.
Just one host?
Yep, just me. Fuck everybody else.
Alright, well, I'm Ryan. I guess I'm guesting in this episode, along with our friend here.
I'm Branson. I guess I'm also guesting.
Yeah.
Featuring Branson here today with us.
Yeah, it's a rare treat for you guys.
Indeed. It's first guest on the show, you know.
Episode 4.
Yeah.
I think we beat Super Mega, dude. on our first guest.
Oh, yeah, they took a little longer.
Yeah.
Wait a minute, who's Super Mega?
It's this YouTubers that make... It's the podcast I was telling you about. They make their podcast. It's not very serious, but, like...
Oh, okay.
It's kind of, like, akin to what we're doing.
I mean, yeah, it's a podcast.
Yeah.
So, I don't know if this is going off topic, but what kind of podcasts do you guys listen to?
So, I personally, I mean, yeah, we make a podcast talking about other people's podcasts.
Yeah, of course.
Okay.
But, no, I listen to the Super Megacast, and that's really it. Like, they're just the right amount of, like, funny and, like, not super serious that I can just get behind.
Yeah.
So they're not, like, I mean, granted, I've never listened to the Joe Rogan podcast, but I know they'll...
How dare you? By the way.
See, yeah,
First
like,
off.
I know that's going to make a lot of people throw up, but, like, it just seems like they're just too serious for me, like, but I also don't know, so I can't say that for certain.
Okay.
Yeah, as for me, I haven't listened to a podcast in a long time. I mean, definitely the Super Mega Cast, but the Sleepy Cabin podcast.
Oh, yeah, dude.
Now that's a classic.
Sleepy Cabin. All right.
Sleepy
What's
Cabin.
the description of it? Sell it to
God.
me.
A bunch of maniacs talking about Sasquatches stealing pies from old ladies and just absolute nonsense. Like,
Yeah.
Sounds great.
lying to each other and trying to make the other people believe it. You know, it's just a fucking madhouse, and it's amazing.
Yeah, one guy's like a super big conspiracy guy. Like, he's
What kind of conspiracies are we talking? Like
natural
natural conspiracies or like government conspiracies?
government, 100%. Yeah.
They're all great animators, and they're definitely wacky.
Yeah.
It's great.
They could do with a name like the Super Mega podcast, but
Yeah, I think with the
Super Mega, you just can't beat that.
yeah, I mean, I think
Yeah,
with the
super and mega. I mean, what else can you do?
yeah, you lose. I mean, that's it. You know,
Super Mega Infinity is really the only
Yeah,
thing that can
like-
beat that.
Super Mega Ultimate, you know?
Yeah, like-
that's the next step.
cue the snap, dude. Like, it's just, I don't know what else you can do there. But yeah, I mean, how is everyone's week? I mean, we all work together, so it's kind of like a redundant question, but not for our listeners who don't exist yet. But, you know, how was your week, Branson? You know what?
Well, it was boring as fuck. Honestly, I am having a hard time getting anything done because there's nothing to do.
Right. No, I agree.
Inventory's done now, and everything's always fucking on. And I thought that would be a good thing, but it's not, because I'm bored.
Oh, just wait. The year's just started. We're going to give you problems right away. Don't you worry.
Yeah, Corbin's the only one that asks me questions now.
Yeah, I mean, I'm too often out of the house to to ask anybody anything.
And then I'm just receiving shit in. So it's not like,
Oh, I guess you give me questions too sometimes.
yeah.
But it's like a secondhand question.
Yeah.
It's like can you hit up this guy for me?
Yeah. Because I don't.
You're the middleman, you know?
Yeah.
They're really going for you.
Yeah.
You've got all the
The
contacts.
contacts, yeah.
Yeah. Because if I try to do it, they're going to be like, who the fuck is this guy? Like, why is he asking me to do stuff? Like, I feel like if a question comes from you compared to my email, they're going to be like, oh, it's Branson. Like, I respect him. They're going to get like a... They're going
It
to get
says
a...
inventory on there.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
must know what he's
Inventory
doing.
specialist.
Oh,
Excuse
yeah,
you.
whatever.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
a specialist.
They're going to get an email from me. It just says warehouse receiving. They're like, oh, fucking gray shirt. Get the fuck out of me. Like,
Ew, I don't like the plebs in my email.
yeah.
You know, it's funny that you guys say that because nobody ever replies to me. And I always try to get Mark to email people. Mark is all of our bosses, by the way. I try to get Mark to email people because I feel like he's got more pull than I do.
Yeah, I mean, people are, you know, they're going to be like, oh, shit, he wants something. He's going to kick my ass. Give it to him.
Yeah. I heard a combination. I don't know if you were standing there, but I thought it was just perfect, like a perfect description of Mark. And it was Oscar Grouch mixed with the Howdy Neighbor guy. Like it was like that was the
It's definitely got the two personalities.
like that was the two, like, and it was Chandler, another guy that we work with. He said that, and I was like,
he's a big loser for everyone out there.
You dang tree hugger.
yeah.
Wait, no, he's not, is he?
Yeah. Every time he sees a pallet and we're throwing it away, he's like, "Man, that's a waste of wood."
That's Chandler?
No,
okay, Chandler.
That's Mark.
Hyphen, big fan of wood.
Oh, that's Mark. I don't know about Chandler.
Oh,
Mark. He doesn't give a shit.
Chandler just likes making fun of people. Like, that's just his...
That's his shtick.
He doesn't like to actually do his job. He just, he just likes to laugh at people.
Yeah, I don't know if I've actually ever seen him do his job, let's be honest.
Yeah, that's fair.
I see him playing Call of Duty on his phone. I ask him, "What are you doing?" He's like, "I'm playing Call of Duty."
Why do you think he set up the cabinets in the way that he did?
Yeah, I know.
It's so that he could block the vision from people outside.
Rat fortress in there.
Square.
Yeah, one day I walked up to his desk because I had a quality question, and this guy's looking up workout sweaters on Amazon, and I'm like, "What are you doing?" He's like, "Just looking up sweaters," and I'm like, what kind of sweaters?" He's like, "Workout sweaters." And me personally, like, that just sounds awful. Like, working out in a sweater. Like, I get that.
That's like, who would do that?
Like, I mean, granted,
everybody does that.
What? I don't.
I mean,
Everybody
granted,
that goes jogging and stuff wears.
Well, like
jackets.
maybe if you're outside, but if you're like in the gym,
Yeah.
I don't see like why.
No,
he wears.
even in the gym, because the reason is because you get sick if your body's overheated, and then you go down to like cool too quickly.
Yeah,
it's supposed to like level it out.
interesting.
Oh,
I just put a jacket on before I go outside.
Yeah, I didn't.
That's my.
Yeah, I'm not a workout
wear
guy,
like
but
a wool sweater while I'm jogging, sweating my ass.
Yeah, I mean,
to pass out.
yeah, I always thought it sounded awful too. That's just what I've heard. That
I mean,
people who exercise.
I see people,
yeah,
long
like,
sleeve shirts and long pants in there doing workouts. I'm like, that's heinous.
Yeah, like I get it because I'm one of those people that it's very hard for me to sweat, but like I can't do that because my head gets really itchy if I get too hot, and like I just like it kind of drives me insane because I'll like itch, and then it, like my whole head will start to itch, and I'm like, I just look like a crazy person, like scratching my head all over the place.
I always thought you looked like a ball sack, but now it's confirmed. You're just a scratchy ball sack.
Oh no!
Thanks, man. I appreciate that.
That's something, all right.
That's why I wear a hat. I got to cover up my ball sack.
At least part of it. You can't let it all hang out.
Yeah, like I can't have public indecency. That's just too wrong.
That's like that Ben Giles guy. Ian and I did an interview this week, and Ben Giles was the guy that did the interview.
Yeah.
He has the fattest butt chin you've ever seen in your life.
Yeah, like you're trying to do a Skype call, and his profile picture is there, and all you see is his butt chin as you're trying to be professional.
He is the Crimson Chin sidekick.
Yeah.
For sure.
Like, would you guys say that, like, the divot in between his two chins, because let's be honest, the way you guys are describing it, he's got two.
Yeah, they've separated.
It's like in his big toe and the next toe, whatever that one's called. That's on his chin.
Yeah, so it's as deep as like the Grand Canyon then.
Yeah,
like
it's
the
pretty far
divot
in
between.
He could hold his credit card in between his chins.
Yeah.
Clef, the boy chin wonder.
It's not like he has like a face to fit it either. It's like a small little compressed head.
Yeah, his face is completely round, and then it's broken by like
the butt
an angle.
Someone just needs to finish it off and just take a Sharpie and draw the line up his face.
God, it's like
either that, maybe you could get some like clay or something, put it in there, and just color it.
Yeah, just Botox it.
One of my little brother's name is Tanner, and he had a friend that had a cleft chin. And every single time, first thing I'd say to him when I saw him was, "Ooh, butt chin."
Oh, no.
And he reminds me of this guy quite a bit.
I see.
Like, there's a different kind of chin, too, that kind of throws me off every time I see it. and it's like it looks like a regular chin, but then that person will make a face and it becomes a cleft chin. Like it's
when he tightens.
Yeah, like it and it just
like he smiles and you're like, ew, please don't do that.
Yeah, it's like flashes his ass at you, you know.
Yeah.
So, you guys are all like me. You guys are avid listeners of books.
Yeah.
Branson, what kind of books have you been listening to lately?
So I'm just finished book 7 of the Wheel of Time. Gonna be going on number 8. I've heard that 8, 9, and 10 you can skip completely except for the last 100 pages. So I'm not looking forward to it.
Just like an anime?
Because it's kind of like a drag.
Just skip all of it and get to the end.
What's the book
Non-canon.
about? Like,
so, okay, it's like there's this world,
right?
And there is a world.
That's good.
There's magic in it.
Okay.
There's magic.
Mm-hmm.
All right. There's 2 sides to the magic. Males and females have their own like different sources of the magic.
Huh?
You said what now? So there's the 2 different sources. The male half is corrupted because of some like cataclysmic event that happened way in the past, so it causes anybody who's male who has the ability to become a mage to go crazy.
Sweet.
Right? The females basically control the world, and because, of course, any of the powerful males just go nuts. And then there's a prophecy, like as in all books you've ever read.
Yeah.
And it's about a guy that's got to fight like the big bad boss, basically Satan.
Yeah.
I can't remember his exact name, the Dark One or something like that. And he's prophesied to beat him. And he's a male channeler, so he's got to go through all of his I'm going nuts. Oh wait, no, I'm totally saying oh wait, I'm going nuts.
Oh yeah.
And it's a big back and forth, and I feel like I'm on book 7. They could have easily contained all of the good shit and scrapped out all the crappy stuff in 3 books.
So if you had to rate the book series so far out of 10, like, what is this like? You know, imagine like you're on Amazon. Like, would you highly recommend?
Yeah, like
this
take
book?
Story and meaning are probably a 9 out of 10. Execution's like a 5 out of 10.
Oh, that's rough.
They're like the writing of it. How's the speaker? The speaker's always important.
Yeah,
to me.
the narrator.
So Brandon Sanderson, both the guy and the girl that narrate all his books, they narrate these books.
Oh, so Kramer and then what's her face?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Well, so that's a...
He got them off of because Sanderson wrote the final 3 books in the Wheel of Time series.
So how many books are in the series total?
13!
Oh, so...
Yeah, you got a little ways to go.
How long are the books, like, hour-wise?
They're about like 30 to 40 each.
Oh, God, I'm sorry.
What I do is, like, the middle parts of the books where it just sags, like
a
like the ball sack in Bad Grandpa.
Yeah.
This guy's on a sack.
Yeah, we'll
Sack's
go back to
today. I don't know.
the ball sacks and wieners quite a bit. At least I will. I don't know about these 2.
Yeah. We'll let you have that. We'll talk about poop and butts. That's enough for me.
I'll have you know, in my hometown, I'm known for my large ball sack. Okay.
I see.
Hey, man, you know, that's...
Just putting that out there. Where was I?
Complimenting your sack.
You were talking about...
It's great. It's the greatest.
It's the best.
You're talking about how when the book sags, like a ball sack, you in the middle.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So I play a lot of League of Legends, and I'll just play it. I catch all the important parts, all of the non-important, like, dialogue shit, where it's, like, half the books, the chapters with the girls, and I don't know, any readers out there, typically it's like, oh, but I love him. Oh, wait, no, but he's a dick. Oh, wait, but I love him so much. It's like I get to skip all that stuff, but still get the important parts.
Oh, okay.
Let's see.
So, Iain, what you've been listening to the Monster Hunter series?
I listened to a couple books, but yeah, that's the main one recently. Well, I'm about to finish it. I'm an hour away. I'm almost to book 3 out of 8, I think.
Okay. Is it a finished series?
I don't know if it is or not. I'm not sure.
But
I wouldn't be surprised if it's not. I mean, they can go forever with this stuff, I'm imagining.
Right. So, but you've been telling me a little bit about these books. What goes on?
A lot of death, a lot of visceral murdering, blood. I mean, it starts off with the guy hand to hand fighting a werewolf that was his boss, and he's an accountant, and his boss is in there, like calls him into his office, and he's like completely naked, and the guy's like, "What the fuck is happening?" It's like nighttime,
Right?
And then the werewolf, they run around the office. The guy's shoving like letter openers into his throat and like ripping up through his jaw and stuff, and it's very visceral. A lot of weapons. Definitely, if you're a weapon nut, they definitely don't go halfway on that stuff. They talk about all that stuff because he has a shotgun that's fully automatic, has a bayonet on it. It has a grenade launcher on the bottom. It's like a ridiculous weapon.
Wait, a shotgun with a bayonet?
Yeah. It's called the Abomination. It's a silver bayonet. It flicks out.
It's appropriately named.
Yeah, it is.
What? If you had a shotgun with a bayonet on the end, the blade would be destroyed after like 5 shots.
What if it's like always out?
Well, if the blade sticks outside of the barrel, once the shotgun...
The one that
releases,
he has, he pushes a button and it flicks out. Like, it's not always out.
Okay.
Yeah.
I take it back. Abomination is a good name.
Yeah. They also just recently, there was an undead elephant that was blowing through their place, and they had this giant harpoon gun that was apparently supposed to take down like krakens, because that's a thing in their world. It's like fired by gunpowder.
There's crackheads in our world.
I tell you, crackheads everywhere. But yeah, they blow, like they shoot it. It blows out the wall, blows the thing's head straight off, and just goes through the whole like building, knocks the shit off the walls. They fly into the wall, like the explosion just destroys everything.
I mean, I want to buy a replica of that now.
Yeah, it's great.
So you were telling me about like 3 specific races that I thought were hilarious.
There's definitely quite a few, like anything you could think of. It's like, because they go off of like Lovecraft, saw monsters, and all these people who talk about that stuff in present day, or who have written about it, have seen monsters and stuff like that.
So like the gnomes, you talk about that?
They're going to there's someone who infiltrated their like organization, the Monster Hunters, and they want to find out who's done it, so they go to these gnomes, and it's in some ghetto part of town. It's not a good place to be. They pull up, and he's walking through the front gate, and he sees this, something catches his eye. It's like a cigar, and he looks down, and there's this little gnome smoking a cigar. And the gnome's like, "What the fuck are you looking at?" And he lifts up his shirt, and he's got a pistol. And they go down there and all this shit. They find out that all these gnomes, they're gangster gnomes. Listening to rap, they're bumping everywhere. They have, like, one of them's called Genome. Him and his friend. He's got a full, he's got a grill in, all that stuff. But just these gangster gnomes that can instantly teleport and stuff. And that's a pretty funny one. I guess, like, this part they had red hats, and some from California have blue hats.
With the Bloods and the Crips.
Yeah, but in this one they're not at war. They're like, "Oh, we're good." But it's all those guys coming on the boat, because I guess gnomes originated in, like, New Zealand or some shit like that. So, that's one of the races.
You were telling me about the hick elves too.
The redneck elves that live in a trailer park.
Yeah.
There's this guy who, like, grew up reading, like, Lord of the Rings, and he's really hoping these elves are, like, just like that. And the first elf they see is this guy. I guess they're watching, like, wrestling, WWE, inside their trailer. He comes outside and starts talking on redneck, and I guess to speak to the queen of the elves, they have to give an offering. So they go to a gas station and get a shit ton of beer and cigarettes. And the guy's like, "Oh boy!" He takes them all, and they're fighting over whether to watch Price is Right or WWE, and it's like the queen of the elves is like 500-pound, lady wearing slippers coming out with, like, rollers in her hair, and it's like, the guy who thought it would be like Lord of the Rings was just shattered.
I would be so upset.
He was just like, "Why?"
That'd be like an anime character going into another world, and then there's like no cat ear girls or something.
Yeah.
Where they're like, "No."
Yeah. But they did say that that's just because they live in America. There are probably somewhere else who are more normal. But just like the gnomes. But apparently the gnomes back in their home country like the farmers. If you have a gnome on your farm, you're supposed to feed it. If you don't feed it the right food, or if it doesn't like it, it slaughters all your animals. So, so gnomes are nice guys, just really great people.
The gnomes are literally Italians.
Or
Irish.
yeah, they're mobsters.
Yeah, they just, give them the right stuff, or if you don't,
like when he was down talking to the gnomes, they were all calling him tall guy because they don't like tall people. They fucking hate him. Like all tall people are stupid because they hit their heads on things because they're so tall.
Oh,
so that's why they think
sense.
that.
Yeah, very logical.
So he gets upset and calls one like a lawn gnome, and they all get up, pull out their fucking weapons, are about to beat his ass, and they're gonna try to shoot him, but the boss is like, no, we can't. Don't shoot him, or I'll fucking kill you all. He's like, something's got to happen. So they end up having 8 gnomes fight this guy, just hand-to-hand combat. They tackle his knees and throw him down and start punching him in the kidneys. 8 gnomes. He throws them across the room because they're like a foot tall.
Nice.
He's just beating the shit out of these gnomes. It's fucking hilarious.
Dude, it's like being a dad and coming home to wrestle your kids.
Yeah.
Except they actually want to kill you.
Yeah, they want to fucking beat your ass.
Yeah, you got to become the man of the house. So you got to the objective is to kill your dad. It's the circle of
dominance is not an option.
Yeah. So there's been a virus going around. You guys want to talk about that?
Yeah, straight
coronavirus.
Different, yeah.
My favorite one.
Beer's been.
I said they just need to put a lime in it. That's really the problem here.
Do you guys
have everyone eat limes? They'll all get better. I assure you.
You guys know what the death toll is right now?
It's not that high.
It's just,
as far as I've heard, it's not even 100 yet in China, but it is China. And I heard that the transmission medium was bats, and that the reason people got sick was because the Chinese were eating bats. So don't be eating bats, people.
It's like Ebola, just don't fuck with monkeys, and you'll be all right.
They don't fuck with monkeys or don't eat other people's literal shit.
Did Ebola also come from bats? I feel like it originated. Yeah. So just fuck bats, man.
It was AIDS.
Everything.
The conspiracy theory is that that the government needed a convenient excuse to say why the virus has traveled so quickly over such a distance. So they said, well, it's just bats. But no knowing whether that's true or not.
I don't think there's that many bats in Hong Kong and shit flying around. It's like a metropolitan area.
Well, it's not Hong Kong, it's Wuhan.
Is it just was it the worst there?
I think Wuhan was the first city to get shut down, and then I think they locked down 9 other cities or something now.
Yeah, I feel they definitely locked it all down too late, because I know they had said they didn't know. 2 people had died, and they weren't sure whether it should be quarantined yet. Shit, if you think that it might need to be, just do it.
Right.
I understand it might be a pain, but it's better than how it is now. It's getting everywhere.
Oh, so the Chinese government is way out of money, and they are super badly in debt.
Yeah, they're worse than us.
So if you have to shut down, well, no, actually, I think they're only 7 trillion debt, but their GDP is quite a bit lower.
Yeah.
But so if they're out of money, you don't want to be spending all this money bringing a shitload of food and locking all these cities down, buying a bunch of medical stuff if you're not 100%.
So because we just did a trade deal with them, right? We renewed a trade deal with China here recently. Is that still in effect, or is that do we call that off because they?
Well, so that's actually a big area of speculation, because the virus is able to survive on hard surfaces. So anything that comes out of China, like plastic or whatever, if anybody's infected, the virus could survive shipping from China to the United States. So they might, if it gets bad enough, they'll probably have to shut down all trade from China.
That's rough. Most of our stuff comes from there.
Yeah,
Right.
and it's already over here. I mean,
Yeah, exactly.
So, like-
Plus, there's that, and there's been like several flights that got out of Wuhan right before they shut the city down. So that's in like Washington and
One got to
Virginia. What is DC's in Virginia, right?
yeah.
Yeah. And Canada too is thinking that they might have a big problem. They actually had to fire a Chinese husband and wife duo because they're the ones that sent the virus to China for study, and they're thinking that they're basically Chinese agents that
So,
infiltrated a level 4 containment facility in Canada.
has there been any talk of like a cure? I mean, if it's affecting so many countries at once, you'd think that
They don't have a cure, and they are already seeing signs of the virus mutating. So even if they get a cure, there's no guarantee that it'll work for
Right.
everyone because it's already mutating.
Yeah, especially if you use like a lot of antibiotics and shit like that, it's just gonna keep changing.
So, I mean, how, like, my biggest thing is because it's obviously spreading pretty quickly and it's already over here, like, if it's already it's clearly mutating for a reason. I mean, is it mutating to kill its host, or is it trying to, because, I mean, the biggest part of a virus is it's meant to spread, like, that's its whole objective.
Mhm.
So, like, how, because, I mean, I guess there hasn't been that many deaths, but a lot of people are still getting sick,
Well,
right?
So it's not a lot of deaths because the amount of people that they've confirmed cases on is still pretty low, like the numbers that they've released. But the mortality rate's like 3 to 10%, depending on age. So, I mean, if 10 million people got infected, 3%'s still, 300,000 people.
Yeah, I mean, that's still pretty crazy. I mean,
I mean, it's like the memes, just every 100 years, get a plague.
Yeah.
17, 20,
Actually,
18, 20, 19,
Yeah,
20.
because the last big one was the Spanish flu, and it's been about 100 years since that.
In the 1920s,
Yeah.
somewhere around there.
Yeah, I think it was 1927 or 37, something like that.
I'm sure, like, memes are just going crazy right now, because we started the year off with the World War III meme.
Because that was already a thing before. Like,
That was just 2 weeks ago.
yeah, people were already saying, like, the plague thing before we even knew about this. Like, this was, like, almost before the year started.
Oh, yeah.
People talking about, get ready for the next plague, everybody, 2020. They're like doing all this shit. Now we're like,
Another one of my
here we are.
favorite conspiracy theories is that this was an effort between multiple governments to have a virus that kills old people because all of the world's population are aging, right? And we have every country basically now has all these entitlement programs for old people, and it's bankrupting every nation. So they were thinking, Hong Kong wants to kill off all its old people, and then all these other countries possibly want to kill off all their old people so that they can continue staying in power, basically.
Interesting.
I mean, that's an interesting theory.
I mean, Japan's doing it right. Just all the old people volunteering to go to the nuclear center now.
Yeah,
where
to clean-
Fukushima happened.
Yeah. To
Like
clean up.
Fukushima doesn't even have any radiation. The amount of deaths that were from Fukushima was like incredibly low.
They're just talking about cleaning up the
There's still
the area.
radiation, yeah, but they're moving like the soil and all that stuff still. So old people are volunteering to go in there just because there is still stuff. They don't want young people to get cancer.
But
or
they
anything.
they still have an honor culture though.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, for us, it doesn't help that, like, the life expectancy has gone up since, it's been going up forever, I think. The better quality of life that we get, the longer you're going to live, obviously.
Yeah, it's been going up, but it's not been going up for people that live past like 10 years old. So infant mortality is basically what contributes most to average lifespan, because if a lot of people die at 0, it's like getting 0 zeros on your tests and stuff.
Yeah.
It's really hard to get your grade up if you have a 0, but if you get like a 50% on everything, maybe it's not so hard.
Yeah.
So it's like infant mortality has gone down quite a bit, so the average lifespan looks like it's longer, but it's not really that much longer for people that live past a certain age. And it's been going down recently.
You gotta think about obesity and all that shit. You know?
Yeah, actually. Obesity's the worst thing now.
Especially here.
Especially since everything's just convenience. Like, that's what we fight for, it seems like. You know, like, now we have apps to order our food. We've got people to go get our groceries
if it was
for
cheap
us.
to have someone wipe my ass, I'd probably do it. You know?
Yeah, like
if I don't have to, I'll pay for something too.
Get your dirty shit wiping hands out of here.
Yeah, if I could pay for a butler, I'd fucking do it.
I mean, I honestly see...
laziness is just how we work, you know.
Like 200 years from now, like I could see us ending up how the people are in Wall-E, you know, like just fat, sitting in chairs, just having stuff fed to us on a spaceship because
everything's a drink.
Yeah, because we filled the planet with trash. So, you know, like,
no, I don't see it going that way at all. I see it more going the way of basically like a return to the primitive.
Like we go back instead of...
Yeah.
You think via nuclear route or just via collapse of economy?
Probably not the nuclear route. Probably a collapse of the economy. What I see happening in the future, especially for the U.S., I don't know much about other countries, but is like a segregation between all the different states. So instead of it being United States, being a bunch of different states that are independent governments.
Kind of, I don't know if Africa's like that, but I know it's sort of sort of like that now.
You guys ever heard of the accelerationists?
No.
So basically it's like a political movement where people want to make things as bad as possible so that the collapse comes and you can build something new out of it.
I mean, I do think that I think the world will be like, I think humans in some way or another are gonna, like, we'll be dead long before the sun blows up.
Easily.
Yeah, like I think humans will just be extinct at some point. Like, I think we're not because of something making us extinct, but like I think we're, you know,
extincting ourselves.
Yeah, like
if that's the term.
Yeah.
Self-extinction. Like
whether we have everything else go extinct before us and then it's us.
Yeah, like,
nah, because I don't see that at all.
I do kind of think it's interesting. It was a while back, but I was listening to this one scientist talk about how the reason why there's not much life on other planets is because each, like, life form has to jump through different hoops per se. So if it can't get through a certain hoop, that life form dies. And he was talking about, you know, the possibility of humans, because, you know, that's how you advance. You jump through the different hoops for your life form to advance. So we have cognitive thought now, so we've jumped through that hoop, you know, so on and so forth. And the scientist was kind of speculating, well, what if humans haven't really jumped through the final hoop of their evolution? Like, what if there's still something coming that could just wipe us all out in an instant and we have no way to, like, defend ourselves from it? And I always thought that was, like, an interesting, like, thought concept, that just because we're, you know, the biggest, baddest thing on the planet right now doesn't mean that we're still, so we're at the top now, but that doesn't mean that we've conquered everything. Like, there still could be one thing that could just kill us all off. Like, for instance, I mean, just as an example, like the coronavirus, just as an example, like, that could kill us all off, and then there'd just be animals on the planet and no humans. Like, that would just, that's kind of like an interesting thought I've never thought of. And it's kind of, in a way, it's kind of frightening, like, because death itself has never, like, scared me personally, but it's more of like, well, now humans just don't exist. Like, that that thought to me is very frightening. Like, because when I die, yeah, the world's just going to carry on. Which, I mean, I guess it's the same for if all humans die out. But, like, you know, it's I'd be sad to not see hover cars one day, you know, like the Jetsons. You know,
Yeah.
like...
I thought we were promised fucking hover cars in, like, the year 2000. What the hell's going on?
They got self-driving cars. That's more important.
Yeah, I mean, Tesla's well on its way, like, let's be honest. Well, they did a kind of a step back with the truck, but, you know, like...
He did it for the
I'd
memes.
fucking
Come
drive
on.
that truck.
I would too, but, like,
I would
it
drive that ugly bastard.
it looks like a Roblox truck, though. Like,
Yeah, it looks like
It does.
a moon rover or some shit.
Yeah.
Like it's supposed to be down there.
It's hideous, but also beautiful.
like, I think one of the biggest reasons we don't have hover cars is, you know, the huge, you know, world extinction event at 2012. You know, like, we just all thought the world was going to end, and then it didn't, and we were like, well, shit, well, I guess we still have to pay off our debt. You know,
I
like,
think wind was the biggest one. Why we don't have hover cars? Because I've seen a bunch of ways to make hover cars, but wind is what kind of destroys them all.
Yeah.
damn that
Just
Oklahoma.
flips them fucking going crazy.
Dude, Oklahoma doesn't have wind for shit. You ought to visit Arizona, man. Everything's just wind like crazy. You got a bunch of trees around
Yeah,
here.
there's
They
nothing to hold
block
it
the
out.
wind.
Yeah.
There's like nothing.
The only thing that's windy is downtown. That's the only thing.
Dude, it
Just
would...
funnels it all
Yeah,
in.
that's
And-
the only place.
In Snowflake, where I grew up, it would regularly get to like 70 miles an hour wind.
Yeah.
That's how
Like
do
you go outside and you can lean forward into the wind and you wouldn't fall over.
like, that's how you have to walk. You just have to lean into it.
No, you kind of turn sideways.
Yeah, so everyone in
Flat
there,
Stanley, it so doesn't
Yeah.
everyone
If you're
in,
like me, you just kind of raise your arms. And
he
you
just
just
opens
float
his little
away.
squirrel suit and he flies and goes forward.
I'm all skin.
Yeah.
yeah, I just imagine everyone in Snowflake now just like they're crab walking around.
We're all
like,
kites.
that's the form of travel, is just floating away
You
into
just pull a parachute and you fucking
yeah.
Yeah.
want to get out of a situation.
Yeah.
Like,
Like,
it takes you back.
hit the eject parachute and you fucking
Slam
get out
it
of
in.
Oh,
there.
she's a Mormon.
Yeah. Slams you into a car and you fucking just dragging on the ground.
Dude, there were like several times where I'd be driving on the snow or something, and a big gust of wind would just fucking push me off the road.
Jeez.
Yeah, it's always crazy to me whenever, like, I mean, I guess it's never been that bad, but like those super, super windy days and you're driving around and your car is just shaking back and forth, like, you know, like, and it's funny to me, like, it shouldn't be funny because, you know, if I lost my nice Toyota to heavy rain, but like horrible weather and driving, to me, it's like, it's kind of just fun, you know, like laughing at the absurdity of the situation, like baseball size raindrops, you know, dropping on my car and like causing everything to be super wet and unstable. Like, to me, that's just funny. Yeah, like, sure, I lost my car and that fucking sucks, but hey, no car payments. But like, to me, it's just funny. Like, even like getting snowed in, like on the highway in your car, yeah, that sucks, but I'd be in my car laughing my head off because of like how absurd this situation is. And, you know, yeah, sure, like, we're all gonna die, like, go raid the nearest grocery store, but, you know, like, to me, it's just hilarious.
Oh, I don't know about that. I'm a white knuckle on the
Yeah,
on the
definitely.
steering wheel
Yeah.
kind of guy.
Yeah, definitely.
I'm like, I don't want to fucking die.
Yeah, no.
I'll fucking ram this bitch if it means I live.
Yeah, I mean, like, to me, yeah, it's just funny. And then, you know, especially here, you know, like one snowflake falls from the sky and everyone's like, oh shit, it's
Time to go 30 miles an hour on the highway.
well, there's
Fly
that.
everything off
Yeah,
the shelves, you know?
it's 2007 all over again. We gotta fucking avoid the snowstorm.
It's the apocalypse. Grab
Yeah.
all the soup cans, you know.
Yeah, let's play 30 seconds, you know, like.
60 seconds. You fucking knave.
I've never heard of either of those. What is this?
It's 60 seconds. And it's a nuclear game where you go around your house and try to. You have a fallout shelter. It's back in the day where they were like everyone had a fallout shelter.
Cold War times.
So you got your wife, you got your little boy Timmy, and you got your daughter, and you can bring him into the shelter. You can fucking leave him. You can take different items. Soup is the only food. You got water, and you're supposed to last as long as you can in your shelter. There's random events and stuff like that.
Yeah,
but you have 60 seconds to grab things until the nukes go off.
Yeah, it's kind of like an interactive story almost. Like
there's different endings. Like
you
can get killed by raiders. You can get picked up by the government. You can have cats infest your house and kick you out. You know, there's a bunch of shit.
Fucking cats, dude. I always knew they were villains.
Yeah, like the way it happens is you get a cat named Kalashnikov. He's a little Russian cat, and you bring in this refrigerator because you want to put your soup in there, and you find out that the refrigerator is a cloning machine, and the cat just wants to sit in it because it's a fucking box. So you go around with cats. They eat all your soup.
What are you talking about? Free food, bro.
I mean, I guess so.
You can make all kinds of orange chicken with those cats.
In that situation, I guess I'd have to agree with you.
Yeah, like that. That's kind of funny though. I didn't know that's how it happened. Like
yeah,
they just sits in the box because that's he's a cat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Cats do just breed like crazy.
Most things do. Let's be honest.
Dude, that possum under my house, my parents have been freaking me out. They're like, dude, Branson, it was probably hiding out under your house because it had a litter of little possums. I was like, fuck, dude. Because I picked up that possum, drove it like 30 minutes out of town, and then I got home and I was like, if there's like 7 more of these, dude, I don't know what I'm going to do.
Well, if it did have a litter, it'd be in its belly anyway. Yeah.
Well, unless it popped them out already.
No, like even after it gives birth to them, they're like kangaroos almost.
Oh. Like they have it's disgusting. They have a little pouch. It's like it's weird.
Like legitimately inside them, like it's instead of how kangaroos, their pouch is separate from like their internal organs. Possums is their babies just right in there.
Underneath their stomach, they have like a little cut in the middle.
Oh my god!
And there's little pink little worms in there.
Oh, that's worms. Disgusting.
They're little babies, but they look like little naked mole rats.
But yeah, if he did have, because they stay in there for a while, right? Like it's a long time. Like
I don't know about a long time, but
it's a couple months, like at least, right?
Man.
Maybe not.
I don't fucking know.
Maybe like a month. You're probably safe.
That is the most awful thing I've ever heard in my life.
I mean, yeah, it's definitely not great.
I was gonna say
it's better than like deers and shit, where there's just like
deers
slap out, or like giraffes and shit. That shit is nasty, dog. Like they come out like a booger, just slimy and gross.
Which speaking of that,
and I'm like, hose the fucking thing off. It's covered in blood. Help it.
You guys have seen Ace Ventura: Pet Detective 2 when he comes out of the rhino?
Yeah, I know. Just gosh.
Speaking of that, like. Animals are born so much smarter than we are. Like, we're born like idiots.
Bullshit. I haven't seen any deer skyscrapers.
No, I'm talking about like just... I'm just talking about like birth-wise. Like, a baby deer gets birthed. It learns to walk in like the first 20 minutes.
Yeah, gosh. Some get started with, armor, like fucking eggs.
Yeah. little Susie gets born and she's fucking crying for the next 6 months to a year. And it's like... Well, when are you going to get a fucking job, Well,
have you guys ever heard of, like, R versus K selected species?
It's probably been a while, but I feel like it.
Yeah, so it's like the smarter an animal is, the longer its incubation / like growing up period is. So that's why humans are so dumb when they're born.
I did see...
Flies basically know exactly what an adult fly does.
Yeah.
Day one.
Because they die in like 2 days.
Yeah. I did see one thing that I thought was really interesting, and it's the reason we give birth so early, like after 9 months, because our body could technically still hold the child inside through its development period, but we can't give birth if it goes longer than 9 months because their head gets too big, so it can't fit through.
Blows that pussy out.
Oh, no.
So
get the plunger. Get out! Get out of there!
So I thought that.
Where's your rent money?
The reason, like way back in the day, that like mother, like like women would die giving birth is because like their body was just holding the baby in.
Well, yeah, because they couldn't force. Like,
Yeah, and then they
couldn't do what they do nowadays.
Yeah, they don't have that and like the surgical instruments, whatever instruments they used.
Yeah, they're like
they were not at all disinfected. So like if somebody's giving birth and you try to pull the baby out with your hands or something, or you try to help her with your hands
with
and
your feet.
You were literally just scooping up dog shit with your bare hands. There's a pretty high chance of infection.
You just amputate a little Billy's leg, and now you got to go use something to like.
Yeah, you got to use that same saw to cut your dinner tonight. Like.
Yeah, germs don't exist. What are you talking about? It's just color.
That's
why I don't wash my hands after I go to the bathroom.
Yeah.
It's all
makes sense, I guess.
He says.
Now you're questioning.
He says, "Wait, what?"
It's better than some people.
Only when you poo. You don't.
Dude,
have to,
okay. Speaking of weird stuff, have you ever noticed, like in yourself and in other people, like you have these beliefs that may not be perfectly rational, and you don't even know where they came from, but you still believe them regardless?
Of course.
Yeah.
So my cousin, when I went home for Christmas, I was talking to him, and then somehow we got to the subject of showering, and he's like, "Yeah, I never wash my legs when I'm in the shower." I was,
Wait,
what? You don't either? What?
I just see no point.
Heathens.
What do these do? I
Your
don't
legs
use them for anything.
sweat. And that's what I was telling him. I was like, dude, your legs sweat too. What about your feet? Your feet are stinky as shit. That's why your feet have always stank like shit. And he's like, dude, the water runs down my legs.
I mean, if
it's
we have to
not
be
like
technical,
it's not getting washed
he's
off.
not wrong.
I'm like, you still have to scrub. That's why you put the body wash on a scrubber.
I don't even use a scrubber. Use my fucking mitts.
God.
Heathens. To be fair, though, on the whole stinky feet thing, I wash my feet every day, and my feet smell like total ass.
Repugnant feet.
I don't know how my girlfriend Brianna does it. Like, I'll take my socks off when I get home, and I legitimately want to throw up, and it's kind of funny.
It's pretty bad.
Why don't you just leave your socks on?
Well, I gotta take them.
It's covered in stink.
Yeah, it's covered in fucking boot sweat, dude. Like.
Yeah, so are your feet.
Yeah, but like, the sooner I take my socks off and I wash my feet immediately when I get home.
What?
like that's how bad it is. Like I'll hop in the shower. Not even the shower. I'll turn the water on.
Dude, I just imagined you in like a high chair sticking your feet in like your kitchen sink to wash them off.
No. But like, it's funny because even before, I don't even think I've told you this. When I was moving in, like I asked Brianna like if we wanted to live together, and we agreed to live at her place. And I told her like, I'm sorry, but my feet get really stinky. Like I don't do anything that would like warrant you getting mad or anything like that. But like I gotta be real up front with you. My feet smell horrible, and I apologize for that in advance. And she's like, "Oh well, I doubt it's that bad." And I look at her like dead in the eyes,
punching her right in the nostril.
I look her dead in the eyes, and I like like a very
That's his
like
stand.
Yeah,
like very like I like.
Grab her by the shoulders.
Like, no, you don't understand. My feet smell like ass. Like if it's like a day like today where I haven't done shit, like it's fine. Like they don't stink. But on the days where I'm like doing stuff and my feet start to sweat, and do
you eat like nothing but onions or something?
No, I don't know why my feet smell so bad. Like,
dude, you need to get you some like orange splooge or something.
I said I got like Dr. Scholl's or some fucking stuff on his feet. Yeah. Because I used to have stinky feet when I was a kid, and I'll be honest, my feet don't stink. Like,
yeah, dude, that guy that I was telling you about, my cousin that didn't wash his legs, he used to have to put baby powder in his socks. Yeah. To make it so that they don't stink.
That sounds awful. I'm not even gonna lie to you.
It's not really that bad. I mean, it's better than stinky feet.
Yeah. I'd rather just.
Yeah, and he had like this special powder that he would put in his shoes.
Oh, really?
In like his soles, and he would leave it in there, and it'd kill all the germs and stuff. Yeah. So that your feet don't smell so bad.
I used to run a lot, so I'd get athlete's foot and stuff. So I just like rub the powder on there, and then that'd be that. So
Yeah, I'd rather just wash my feet down with water and soap when I get home. Like,
Yeah, fair enough.
Yeah.
I mean,
But yeah,
what,
washing legs,
back
overrated.
back to the legs thing. So what's your reasoning or your rationalization for why you don't wash your legs?
Like, there's nothing that comes in contact with my legs to designate them to be pearly white and clean every day, you know? Like, my arms, my hands, my chest, my face, my hair, all that stuff, that's always, like, coming in contact with things.
Is it like you're not worried about your stink from your legs reaching people's noses?
I mean, I've never smelled stink from legs, so I couldn't tell you.
So this summer we had to mow our lawns quite a bit, and it was hot as fuck outside.
Yeah.
And I would notice that my jeans and my shirt would be completely soaked with sweat. Would you wash your legs after that?
Well, considering I usually wear shorts, yeah, because I get grass in my hair. So, and it's not like I don't ever. Like, there's an occasion where I'll be like, I guess it's probably time. It's not like every day or every week. Maybe every month.
I hope you know I'm going to judge you forever for this admission.
I mean, that's fine. I mean, I don't care. It's just like how I don't let the shampoo sit in my hair. I'll tell you that too. I don't know if I can do that.
Yeah, I don't do that either. You're supposed to let the conditioner sit in your hair, not the shampoo.
And
which, actually, I haven't used conditioner in like 2 years now,
Yeah.
and then I bought a bottle, and I'm like, dude, this shit's a waste.
yeah, I actually, because I used to buy the 2-in-1.
Oh, man.
And
They call it a 2-in-1, but really it's just a 1.
It's a lie because it's supposed to like, I don't know, like moisturize and then not moisturize. But if they're both in together, they're not doing anything.
Yeah, it's like the shampoo
Counteracting.
overpowers the conditioner.
Yeah.
But my thing is like, so when I used to use the 2-in-1, my hair was like, it wasn't like thick, like, like it seemed like I wasn't taking care of my hair very much. But now that I'm only using shampoo, like I don't even use conditioner, like my hair's like a lot thicker, and like it seems like compared to like how it was. So I'm almost like, well, what the fuck's the point of conditioner? Like I don't.
Yeah, I think honestly, after buying this bottle, I think it's a girl thing. I really do, because I think it's more for like girls that have to do specific styles with their hair. Because I notice it's easier to get my hair into the position I want when I gel it.
Yeah.
But it's like I could not buy the conditioner and then spend 5 extra seconds, and it's the same thing.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
Like, and it kind of like is different for me too, since I'm wearing a hat all the time. Like, I literally wake up in the morning, throw a hat on, and I leave. Like, I don't even. And then it helps wearing a hat. It kind of like complements itself after you wear a hat long enough, because like now my hair just grows naturally, like just straight back. Like it doesn't. Like,
Yeah.
So it's already trained to be hat hair.
Yeah, I used to do that because I used to have shoulder length hair, and then like I would flip it to the left for a while, and then I'd flip it over to the other side after a few months.
Yeah.
And then the first few days it would be growing still to the left, and then a few days later it'd be growing to the right.
Yeah, it's.
I used to have this hair that like it would curve inwards towards my chin on the left side of my face, and then it would curve outwards.
Wing out.
Yeah, like the wing on the right side.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
So it was almost like my whole head was doing a swoosh. I used to love it. Now I think, God, I look retarded in those pictures. But
Yeah, I mean, it's short hair. You just don't gotta care. I mean,
yeah.
at a certain length, it doesn't matter what you put in it. It's always gonna be the same.
Yeah. Like me and my whole family and all of the friends that I used to have in high school and stuff, I feel like as you get older, like, and you mature, you just cut your hair short.
Yeah, I mean, I'd go bald just for the fact I wouldn't have to fuck with it.
Yeah.
You know?
Yeah. Seriously.
Like, I already shaved my face. What's the fuck? I
And
shave my head.
that's how I know when it's time to get a haircut. Like, if I shower in the morning and then I get in my car and my hair's still wet, I know it's time to get a haircut.
Yeah, I just feel the back. If it, like, because it's so short, you can't, like, do anything with it. It still feels kind of, like, scruffy. If it gets long enough to where it'll, like, wave around, then I know it's time to fucking cut it.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I get a haircut every, like, 3 months, though.
Oh, jeez.
the only reason
I would do it every 2 weeks, but I do it every 3. Yeah,
Yeah, I showed up the other day at work, and Doyle, our boss's boss, he came in and he saw me. He's like, "Oh, got a little closer to the weed eater there, did you, Branson?" And at first I was like, I don't know what he's talking about, and then I thought about it. And I was like, oh, yeah, I guess I did get a haircut.
That old man humor, you know.
Yeah.
Gosh. Yeah, I think the only reason I don't ever get a haircut is because I'm lazy and.
Following Corbin steps.
But like,
never get his hair.
But the only other reason is because since I wear a hat, like, if I'd get a haircut if I didn't wear a hat, because I hate hair like in my face.
Yeah.
Like whenever I take a shower, if I stand towards the shower head and do my hair, like my hair lays in front of I fucking hate that shit. So like and it's kind of where like my whole hat thing came from, because like I used to have long hair anyway, and I was like, well, I don't like it in my face, so I used to just pull it back, and then I started working at Gardner Denver, and all those hicks started making fun of my ponytail, and so
it was gayer than AIDS, by the way.
I mean,
So then I started wearing a hat, but because I hate the bill of my hat being in my face, just anything in this area, like if I don't have full...
It blocks vision.
Yeah, like unacceptable in my opinion.
I used to love my long hair so much that I would deal with that. Now I can't imagine it. But at the time I was like, I used to love doing the whole, like, you'd flip your hair for like a second, and it's like, oh yeah. Yeah. Except, and you remember I was telling you how windy my hometown was? So I would be like constantly like...
just whipping you around.
Especially, like I had a elk hunt for like an archery elk hunt, and I was practicing for like several months beforehand on targets, trying to get like everything dialed down to be perfect. Yeah. And I would take a shot, and I'd be taking the shot, and I'd have the bow pulled back and everything, and at that point, like, you can't adjust nothing. You better be, like, pretty ready to go. Yeah. And my hair would just, like, bloop, right down in front of my eyes. And you have to close one of your eyes.
To try to blow it.
So my left eye would be closed, and my right eye would be looking through the peephole. Yeah. And then my hair would just, like, bloop, right in front of my right eye, and I'm like, no!
Yeah.
So I started wearing a headband, but then I was like, oh, I look retarded in this thing.
Yeah. I think I throw a lot of people off who only see me in hats, and then I take my hat off and they see how much hair I'm hiding inside the hat, and it's just because it's a lot. I mean, there's a lot of hair under there, and
yeah, I'm still not like I'm still used to you having the same hair you did, like I don't know, kind of like in the picture, you know, short hair, like
yeah. So when I take my
that's
hat,
what I
when I take my hat off and I look like one of the Akatsuki from fucking Naruto with his hair fucking pulled back all the way, long as shit. You know, it just throws people off. It still throws me off too. Like when I'm in the shower, and like, you know, when water's on your hair, it like straightens your hair out pretty much. And I see that my hair's down to my chin, and I'm like, fuck, I've got a lot of hair. Like, good thing it's never in my face, so I never have to deal with it. You know, like.
Yeah. My little brother has curly hair now. Like, his whole life up until, like, 15, he had straight blonde hair. And then now he's got, like, brown curly hair. And it's, like, really fucking curly.
I'd be pissed.
It was the weirdest thing. Oh, he was pissed. He fucking hated it for the longest time. He blamed my mom because he got in trouble for something. And we loved our long hair so much that she would punish us by making us get haircuts. Which, think back, is a strange punishment.
Definitely, yeah.
But so she shaved him, like got a 1 on a hair razor and shaved his whole head. Yeah. And then it grew back brown and curly.
Oh, no.
No.
So he was so fucking mad. And then now, like, anytime we go swimming or anything where his hair gets like really wet, it just turns into an afro.
Oh gosh.
You should just rock it, dude. Like I saw this one guy at Walmart who had a huge afro, but it was like purple on the tips.
Oh
no!
But he
that
was
sounds
like
hideous.
But he was
Sounds
like
really bad.
rocking the crap out of it though. Like
What color was his hair?
it was brown.
Yeah, that's
Brown
no,
and
no
purple.
bueno.
I don't know if that matches.
Maybe with like a mohawk, but even then, like
Did he have purple like contacts?
No,
Yeah.
he seemed like a really chill guy. Like I didn't talk to him. I just saw him in passing. But like, dude, he was like 6'6" too. Like he was fucking.
Oh yeah, you're not gonna fuck with
it's
that.
Afro
guy.
Samurai over there. You know?
But he was a stick bug. So like,
Exactly.
but man, he was walking in full stride with that hair. Like he did not give two shits.
All right, I got a question.
Well,
I mean, like it's an interesting place to leave off, I guess.
yeah, nipples. You know.
Oh, I mean,
Nipples.
I guess.
You can't go wrong with nipples or balls.
I mean, the man said it. He likes nipples and balls. So, yeah. Well,
This is episode 4 of the Salty Souls podcast.
yeah.
So,
Hoped you enjoyed.
yeah,
Yeah,
it was
thanks. Thanks for Branson being here. You know, it was
Yeah.
fun.
it's a longer one too.
Indeed. Definitely be looking forward to more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, see you guys later.
See ya.